Also, YouTube man, it's your boy Ashton Jackson, and in today's video, we're gonna be talking about the Dallas Cowboys versus Washington Commanders game. But we're not looking for wins or losses. I'm not gonna be breaking down the game like I normally do in the other weeks. Right now, what I'm going to be doing, I'm gonna break it down from a fan perspective. How do I view this game, and also from an analyst perspective. And then we're gonna be talking about a little bit about draft and things of that nature. So before we hop into the video, I would appreciate if you guys would like the video, subscribe if you're new, comment and share my video with anyone who you think will enjoy my content. And again, happy holidays to everybody who celebrates the holidays. I love you guys. I appreciate all the love on the videos that you guys have been showing and supporting. And, prayerfully that we end out the year strong and we start out 2026 in a really good way. So how I am viewing this game right now is I want these guys to stay healthy. And these guys, I'm talking about everybody that is going to play for the Dallas Cowboys 2026 and in the future, that are either on rookie deals, that are promising players, or guys that we know that are on big time contracts, are going to be here for more than 1 year. For sure, make those guys healthy. Not make those guys, but make sure those guys are healthy and you protect them as a coaching staff, in my opinion. Dak Prescott's going to want to play. CeeDee Lamb's going to want to play. That's cool. But I would treat the game like preseason. Have those guys play first half. If they take care of business by the first half, Dak, CD, starters, George Pickens, all those guys are going to sit. And the reason why I want them to possibly lose this game, which I still think they can organically, but the reason why I feel that I want this team to lose these games is because I want a higher draft pick. You're not playing for anything. The season's already over. Your season was technically, you were eliminated from the playoffs last Saturday. Saturday night, you were eliminated once the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Washington Commanders. Your season was already over. But basically, you've ended your own season by the sloppy play in which you had in the first half of the season, and then you not winning any games so far in the month of December really hurt you in your playoff chances. So really, you've done this to yourself. The front office has, for sure, the defensive coordinator, and that's really the two major blames. That's the reason why we're not playing an extended amount of football is because of those two units. So I want to get a high enough draft pick as possible, because if you can possibly get to the 10th or the 12th pick, around that range, like you were at the 12th pick last year. And don't forget, there were a lot of fans that were preaching that they wanted to win a lot of games last year. They wanted to win a lot of games, so that's why they don't go into the new year with a new coach with a funk. And look what happened. You lost the last game of the season. You had the drama in which you had it, what Brian Sherman had to deal with as a first-time head coach and a first-year head coach. Having to deal with all that drama, still dealing with a funk. You traded away your best player in a shady deal to a top contender in the NFC, and now look what happened to you, and look what the type of things in which it altered your team. But look how awful your defense was. That's what really exposed, in my opinion, the front office and things of that nature, right? So I'm trying to get a high enough draft pick as possible, because again, everybody was mad that the Dallas Cowboys were losing, and they were losing as many games as they wanted to because they wanted to make the playoffs. And they were upset when Tedero, McMillan, Ashton, Jincy, all these guys went before them. But had you lost those games, you could have been able to get those type of guys. But hey, that's just from my perspective as a fan. Keep these guys healthy, and let's try to get a high enough draft pick as possible. So that's why you can either get safety one in the draft, whether that's a Caleb Downs, a linebacker one, either Sonny Styles or CJ Allen, however you're feeling. Get edge one, whether that is David Bailey or Ruben Bain, however the Dallas Cowboys stack them on their draft board. That's what I want. I want a high enough draft pick as possible, because we know how terrible this defense is. And secondly, how I'm seeing this as an analyst is, I understand that Schottenheimer wants to win this game. I understand that he wants to get this thing back to 500. So if he can finish the season 8-1, that is a good enough record for his first year as a head coach, that he can say, hey, I got this team to be 500, a little over 500 because of the tie. But for me, you can miss me with the culture stuff, because if you're wanting to learn how to win and everything of that nature, you should have beaten the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals have yet to win a football game after they've beaten you. Carolina has been very inconsistent, but they're good enough, and right now they're in the driver's seat when it comes to the NFC South. You could have beaten that team when you played them. You should have beaten Minnesota and J.J. McCarthy-led team, who offense has been the worst in the league. J.J. McCarthy is statistically playing like the worst quarterback in the league, and he was able to dice up your defense. You should have beaten Detroit, in my opinion. You should have beaten Green Bay. No way that you're going to end the season with 8-1 when, or however your season might end. There's no reason why there should be an extended column on your win and loss total when I believe you shouldn't be in the Green Bay Packers. The Detroit Lions, you're talking about a game that you need to win to stay alive. Now, if you take care of business in the first half of the season, some of these games aren't as crucial to you and they aren't as back to the wall, and you don't have to be uptight about anything, because if you take care of business, all you have to do possibly is win out of these last 4 games that you would have played. Maybe you win two out of the 4, 3 out of the 4, you would have possibly clinched the division, or you would have been good enough to be in a wild card position, but you didn't take care of your business. So you can miss me with the culture stuff when it comes to about winning and things like that. Another part as an analyst and what I see from it as well is I understand that Dak wants to play 17 games. I understand that CeeDee Lamb and that these guys want to play. Number one thing that Dak Prescott that I took away from when I saw the presser is that he said, hey, man, I'm taking time away from my family. Don't forget, he's a dad. You know, he's a husband, right? So he's playing away from his family on a major holiday. This is their first time playing Christmas, and this is the game that they love. So they don't want to not to play this game. And then also, Dak Prescott hasn't played 17 games and hasn't played a full healthy season since 2019. So Dak Prescott's still playing for something. Some of these players are still playing for something. George Pickens wants to end off the season very strong to make his all-pro case even higher, and for sure to make the numbers easier for David Muguleta, his sports agent from Athletes First, to go out there and get him an even better contract than he possibly could, right? So there's a lot of things that these players are still playing for. But again, most importantly, the coaches, they have to protect these players as best as possible. Do what Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb need to do. Sure, they can play these next 2 games, but are they going to play 8 quarters? If I'm the head coach, they're not. They're going to play 4 quarters in the next 2 games. Get them in, get them out. Have these guys well rested and prepared for the next season, because we have a lot of work to do, and they know it as well. So that's about it for the video. Hopefully you guys have a nice day. Stay safe, stay blessed. Bye.